Yeah, like we'll probably give probably play the USSR in the DLC. Who else is getting a DLC in that who else is getting a focus tree in that DLC? Have they actually said yet, or is the only one that we know that's getting an update is the USSR? Memoirs of the Revolution. For years, the course of events during the October Revolution has been a mystery to the world and the general populace. The white forces in the Republic they founded made sure to paint the Bolshevik uprising in a negative light. Many witnesses of the event died in the Civil War, and those who survived were unable to spread the word. Now the Socialist Revolution has won in Russia, however, the 7-volume memoirs of Nikolai and Sukhanov has most comprehensive account of the revolution possible, has been published in Moscow. Sannikov, a member of the Petrograd Soviet, comprised members in exile, but was unable to release them until today. Members of the Revolution tell the story of the October Revolution from 1917 to its defeat in 1920, and destroy many of the myths that had been perpetrated about its events. For years, the fate of Leon Trotsky, one of the main leaders of the Bolshevik Party and the chief of the Red Army, was a mystery, as unlike other revolutionaries such as Lenin, his death was never fully confirmed. Sannikov asserts that Trotsky is dead, however, he perished in an artillery barrage in the last days of the Civil War. His account of Trotsky is a lot more flattering than the street knowledge in Moscow too. White propaganda painted Trotsky as a terrible leader who sacrificed thousands of men in failed offensive. His perception has since become accepted fact. The Sukhanov describes him as a competent and capable, if arrogant and conflicting. The exiled states that Trotsky is not to blame for the Bolshevik defeat, or intervention and Lenin's death at Fanny Kaplan's hands is. Memoirs have since become a commonplace in Russian elementary schools and universities as mandatory learning material for the new generation. They shall learn about the heroisms of the original Bolsheviks and their struggles for the rights of the people. Get 20 political power, a little bit more stability. So Poland, the Baltics, and the USSR. Doesn't Poland already have a focus tree? I guess it'd be getting updated. And we're just gonna focus point. Yeah, just rush these for now. What's your opinion on the new order? I like it. We've done a handful of campaigns in it. I do think it's good, but it destroys my voice because I'm trying to read for hours on end out loud. Right, we should play another new order run. I don't know who we would play as. Has there been a recent update to the new order? Not too sure. The Fate of a Lash. You're gonna release it, or we'll assimilate it. We'll assimilate into Russian territory. Have you heard of 1000 Week Reich? We have played one campaign of 1000 Week Reich before. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out. I think we played as Himmler, if I remember correctly, but I don't quite remember. Okay, let's rebuild the bureaucracy. Okay, Turkestan has collapsed. Take all their states. Prepare to go to war against Bukhara as well. All of you, you're going to be on this border. Prepare to invade here. Yeah, I mean, Free France, I think, definitely could be an interesting campaign. The French state, maybe. The thing about the French state in the New Order is that they're basically shit. I guess the only thing you try to do is try to survive against Burgundy in their war. I don't even know how likely that actually is. Seems like Burgundy is very, very strong. We'll kill Bukhara. After that's done, all of you will then deploy onto the Don-Kuban border. Okay, in Turkestan. Once again, assimilate into our territory. I mean, I guess we could make him independent, but nah. assimilate them into our territory as well. We're going to be probably a negative political power, unfortunately, but it should be fine. I don't know. I mean, can we even core this land? The formation of the Youth Pioneers. The Vladimir Lenin All-Union Pioneer Organization has recently been founded after a long conflict between Komsomol and the Scout Movement. Was decided in favor of the Scout Movement, wanted an independent organization, while Komsomol wanted to keep them integrated with the organization, being helped by the widow of Lenin, Nedzhda Krupskaya, who supported the cause of the Scout Movement against Komsomol. The intent of the Young Pioneers is to further integrate the youth into the state machinery, swearing an oath to stand firmly for the cause of our Communist Party. While we are not yet able to integrate the majority of the youth into the Pioneer organization, we have already seen have a 1 in 5 children members of the Young Pioneers. The routine of the Young Pioneers consists of a lot of marching and singing, gymnastics and sport. Young Pioneers have also had their own uniform, a white shirt and a red scarf, banners, flags, and songs, which have been given the Youth Pioneers a great amount of popularity among the youth, as it gives many of the youth who feel alone and atomized some feeling of belonging in the world. You get more political power. Oh, Norway's now on our side. Norway joined the International. How's everybody else doing? You cannot force. So Sweden cannot go socialist. What are you guys doing? Ukraine, they have invited Spensky in the government. They could theoretically go socialist as well. And if they go socialist, of course, it's going to lead us doing pretty well as well. I mean, if Ukraine joins the International, Germany is 100% fucked. As opposed to right now, where they're just like mostly fucked. Also, we have not researched anything because I have not been paying attention. So it's 37 right now. Let's go for the 38 research. Follow that by the... Why not, like, fuel storage seems okay. I know they do forced abdication, but they need to have the coalition. And if they don't have the coalition, they can't do it. They're just social democratic, unfortunately. They're not social democratic with the socialist in the coalitions. They can't actually go. Can't go socialist. Like the empire where someone played Free France, conquer all of West Africa, then conquer Britain and all of Europe. Because Free France, they start in... Is it Ghana or is it like Liberia where they start? I don't quite remember. Thank you for the basic equipment. Send you into Purple Army for right now. We have an extra military factory. I guess we're gonna put more in light tanks. Tanks are good. Bureaucracy has been rebuilt. We'll assimilate it once again into our territory. Follow you up with let's help the people. Gotta get rid of some of these horrible debuffs that we currently have. Because the debuffs aren't good. I know, shocking. Okay, Nezhda has won their war. We want the Ottoman Empire to lose the war against Egypt, because the Ottomans, again, they can join the Reichspakt, which can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. If we look at the Reichspakt, I mean, it's looking pretty good. Like, let's be honest, this is a nice looking Reichspakt for them. If they had the balls of the Dutch, they'd be doing a little bit better, and maybe if Poland was in the faction as well. But I would not be surprised if Sweden joins up with the Reichspakt as well. Like, unfortunately, we can't join the International. The only way we can join the International is if we just attack Germany. So it makes no sense for us to join the International before France and Germany are at war. Other than that, we're kind of just like wasting our time. Fight all these guys over Eastern Ukraine for now, because I think Ukraine's going to be the biggest obstacle we're going to face in the beginning of the conflict. Finland, I'm not too worried about. But I mean, it depends, because if Russia does just go for the Red Hetman, then we'll be looking pretty good. Thank you for fuel storage. Follow that up with conversion speed is basically garbage. We don't need to worry about that. For implement. Right now, Ottomans are the authoritarian democratic. Where does that place them? Is that the one where they just give a little bit more power to the Sultan? If Mustafa Kemal dies, it'll be neutral. I don't think Mustafa Kemal has died. I might be wrong. I wouldn't mind putting artillery troops. Do you have enough artillery for that? No, but I'm going to do it anyways. Are you winning, son? I think we're doing okay. I would say we're winning. At least given the situation we kind of find ourselves at the moment. Okay, construction 2 is now finished. Which means we're immediately going to go for excavation 2. Unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of decisions here. Oh, but CSA, we could... Yeah, no, we should actually be sending volunteers to people. You know, let's get 2 of you. How many can we send to the Indo-Chinese Union? 1. Okay, let's split you in half then. With the best defense general we have, and we're going to send you to Saigon. How many can I give? I can send you 3. You know what? Let's put you back into Purple Army for now. We have a tank division. Do we have any other tank divisions, or is it just that one? No, give some more tank. Do we have a panzer leader? We do. We have 2 panzer leaders. You know, let's assign you to this army for now. And then we're going to send you to the CSA. We don't... I mean, might as well put a leader in here. Got the best attack value. There we go. We'll put Zukov in charge. Get me in charge of the anti... That's Finland, right? Yeah, you people are the anti-Finnish army. Move you down south. You can't just shit on the Kaiserreich now. -50 stability. Again, why would you ever say no? It doesn't make any sense. I don't even know why it's given as an option. Build more factories in Moscow. Could train up more units, which... I mean, I'm going to do. Let's go, like... another 20, and why not build... some tank units as well. And then they'll deploy in Moscow when they're ready. And I think we're just going to keep building more tanks. The Second American Civil War come to a halt. The Second American Civil War basically just started. Got the Workers' Olympiad, +1 stability. Are they going to spawn in New York City? They might. So they spawn in Illinois. And we got 1 guy here. So yeah, the volunteers in Indochina, their only job is, hey, garrison Saigon. Because usually the Germany's Asian AI likes to try to invade Saigon, and they'll always fail at it. And it's going to get many, many, many of their men killed. But our tank leader here, I'm going to send you to this line. And I think we want to kill MacArthur first. Kill MacArthur, then focus on the American Union State, and then we can fight the Pacific States afterwards. Option that's maybe some leaders would be too cooperative with the International, like Todos Mexico. Well, Todos Mexico, I don't think they can join the International, or at least I've never seen them do so. They can intervene in the American Civil War. But only if the CSA starts to lose. Or if Canada intervenes, whichever one comes first. More factions in states. Yeah, let's remove Aftermath of the War. And once we have 100 political power, we'll probably go up to limited conscription. A bunch of Russian tanks are about to drive their way into Washington. Didn't even get the option to join the International. Take Washington from you. Argentina's declared war on Chile. There you go, Washington's now fallen. You love to see it. So how close is MacArthur to actually losing? They are currently at 76%. Paraguay's done some damage here. Boston's fallen as well. You love to see it. You love to see it. Hold off this tank for a moment. Peru, Bolivia's doing some stuff. Philadelphia is now your new capital. Austria's going to war on Hungary. Okay, the more they weaken each other, the better it's going to be for us. You're at war with Chile. You're actually kind of aiding the Argentinians here. All of you be here. Thank you. Manage you in the Belgrade Pact. FOP requests manpower. Can I send you guns? Yeah. Send them guns and manpower. I'm sure that's fine. Let's drive our way across the river. And a second tank to here as well. I mean, we don't have a lot of tanks, unfortunately. If Austria goes to war with Hungary, they turn out stronger. Well, if the war against Hungary lasts for too long, I think they do end up a little bit weaker. It really depends on how long the war lasts. A lot of Americans are trying to leave Philadelphia. Actually, leave your hands here for a second. Take Philadelphia. Will that be enough to kill the federal government? Probably not. But I mean, the CSA is going to be in a fantastic position. Okay, so the Dutch have elected the Liberals. Switzerland's not really doing too much right now. Don't know what you're really doing. You know what? Let's attack Philadelphia. Somebody's got to do it, and it might as well be me. War against Bulgaria has now started. Let's crank you up to be, let's just say 150 planes. Then you can be up to 100 bombers. Yeah, I mean, Americans are already trying to intervene right now. Hopefully the Canadians, they just do your own thing, Canada. You don't need to intervene in what's going on in the US right now. How are you guys holding out? You got a couple of guys encircled. You've basically secured here. And if we take Philadelphia, you actually won't have a port. I'm not too sure how much that's really going to affect you. Also, I keep forgetting to research things because I'm bad at this game. And after this, you're going to drive up to Trenton. Your new capital is now... where? I don't know, but you don't own Philadelphia anymore. Okay, MacArthur. You are having what some would say would be a bad day. I'm happy you're having a bad day. It looks like Rochester should fall. We can actually probably get you to drive your way. At least one of you can probably just drive to Richmond. Going to be a little bit risky because you're not going to have any support. But Richmond might be enough for you actually just to die. And I'm completely okay with that. Okay, Spanish Civil War has begun as well. I actually want to send these tanks to Spain afterwards. Latvia's fallen. Wait, who's it fallen to? Is Andalusia existing? Yes, it does. Our volunteers in Saigon, you're holding on just fine. Federal government is now dead. You absolutely love to see it. Damn it, MacArthur, it's too late. He's lost. It's game over for old MacArthur. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to recall these volunteers from the United States. And then we're going to send them to CNT afterwards. Don Kuban actually doesn't have enough troops really to stand against us. And we'll go up to the next level of military tech. Or not military tech, next level of conscription law. Go up to limited, because limited, again, doesn't have any actual penalties to it. It's just objectively better. When will you be here? You will be back on July 3rd. Venice at World Legionary Italy. That's completely okay. Yeah, we're basically yeah, we're using like World War I era tanks. They're garbage. They're shitty tanks, but they're the best that I got right now. And are you? Yeah, you're not considered core. Peru Bolivia has just decided to fight like a 5-front war. I don't know really what their plan is right now. Okay, so our troops have come back from the CSA, and we're going to immediately send them over to Spain. But you can only send 2 tanks to Spain. Okay, fine. Split these guys up for a moment. BNT, I will give you 2 tanks. And I will give the CSA back 1 tank. I'll have that. How are you guys holding out? I mean, you're doing fine. You're at least holding for now. Could be doing better. But at the same time, you could also be doing a hell of a lot worse. Okay, so you're taking the Kulak holdings, Fate of the Monarchy, and then do the Red Hetman. Germany might invade you, but I'm not too worried about that, honestly. And we have gotten rid of all of our penalties.